Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, the best place to learn about investing, trading, and the stock market. You guys really like my candlestick patterns for beginners video. So in this video, I want to share with you guys my 3 profitable bearish candlestick patterns and how I use these bearish candlestick patterns to make money in the stock market. If you ever wanted to know the bearish candlestick pattern that works, make sure you watch this whole video because I'll be sharing my profitable bearish candlestick patterns with you, all 3 of them. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video because at the end of the video, you'll get profitable bearish candlestick patterns that work and be able to use them in your own trading. Alright, let's get started. Before we dive right in, let me give you guys a quick recap and overview of what a candlestick is. There are 2 main types of candlesticks on our price charts: bullish candlesticks and bearish candlesticks. So bullish candlesticks is usually indicated in green and bearish indicated by red candlesticks. A bullish candlestick indicates that prices rose that day and bearish candlestick indicates that prices fell that day. A bullish candlestick looks like this. So the opening price will be at the bottom and the closing price at the top. And for the bearish candlestick, the opening price is at the top and the closing price is at the bottom. So that's a quick overview of candlesticks. If you would like to learn more, check out my video on candlestick patterns for beginners on the top right of your screen. Now that we know the basics of a candlestick, let's take a look at the 3 bearish candlestick patterns and see how they work on our charts. The first bearish candlestick pattern is the bearish engulfing pattern. There are 2 candlesticks in a bearish engulfing pattern. The first candlestick in the bearish engulfing pattern is a bullish candlestick, and the second candlestick is a bearish candlestick. The second thing to take note is that the body of the bearish candlestick must be larger than the body of the bullish candlestick. Once these 2 criteria are met, then we can say that the candlestick pattern is a bearish engulfing pattern. A bearish engulfing pattern is a bearish candlestick pattern. And like other bearish candlestick patterns, the bearish engulfing pattern indicates that prices are bearish. So the bearish engulfing pattern works better when prices have been rising recently. So when prices have been rising recently and a bearish engulfing pattern appears, then prices are more likely to fall. If you are a trader and are looking to make a quick profit, you can look to short the stock when a bearish engulfing pattern appears after prices have rose for a while. Let's take a look at some examples of the bearish engulfing pattern on our price charts. Alright, so on this chart, can you identify where the bearish engulfing pattern is? Take a moment to pause the video and identify where the bearish engulfing pattern is. Alright, so have you identified the bearish engulfing pattern? Okay, let's start. So the bearish engulfing pattern is here because the first candlestick is a bullish candlestick followed by a bearish candlestick. So that's the first criteria. The second criteria is that the body of the bearish candlestick must engulf the body of the bullish candlestick. So that's the second criteria. So if it meets the 2 criteria, that is the bearish engulfing pattern. So how do we want to trade using the bearish engulfing pattern? So as you can see on the price chart, prices have been rising for a while. So when prices have been rising for a while and a bearish engulfing pattern appears, prices tend to decline after that. So as you can see, prices decline after that. So what do we want to do as traders in the stock market? So the moment we see that a bearish engulfing pattern appears after prices have been rising for a while, we want to look for opportunities to short the stock. So let's say if we started to short the stock immediately after the bearish engulfing pattern appears, so we would have shorted the stock at around this candlestick, right? So if we have shorted the stock at this candlestick, we will have got in around at $95. And let's say if we shorted the stock and bought back our stock at this pricing, so let's say at around $89. So $95 and $89, that would have made us about slightly below 10% in about how many days of trading? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we would have made around slightly below 10% in just 7 days of trading. So that would be quite a profitable stock to trade in. So that is how we use the bearish engulfing pattern to trade and make money in the stock market. Okay, so for this candlestick chart, can you identify where the bearish engulfing pattern is? Yes, so the bearish engulfing pattern is over here. So again, the first candlestick is a bullish candlestick followed by a bearish candlestick. And that's the first criteria. The second criteria is that the body of the bearish candlestick must engulf the body of the bullish candlestick. So since these two candlesticks meet the criteria, this is the bearish engulfing pattern. So how do we want to trade this stock? So if we can see that prices have been rising for a while to this point, and then suddenly the bearish engulfing pattern appears, look what happened to prices. Prices start to decline, right? So what we want to do, if we are going to short the stock immediately after the bearish engulfing pattern appears, we will have started shorting the stock at around this point. So at around $46. So if we have shorted the stock at $46 and bought the stock back at around $44, so if we have shorted at 46 and bought it back at 44, we would have made around 5% on our stock. So 5% in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5% in around 8 days worth of trading. So that would be quite a profitable trade also, right? So that is how we want to use the bearish engulfing pattern to make money in the stock market. There are some examples of how we can use the bearish engulfing pattern to generate some profits when we trade in the stock market. Note that there is no bearish candlestick pattern or candlestick patterns in general that can give us a 100% win rate. These bearish candlestick patterns that we will look at won't give us a 100% win rate either. But these bearish candlestick patterns don't have to be 100% accurate for us to make money in the stock market. As long as we are right more often than we are wrong and make more when we win and lose less when we lose, we will still be profitable in the stock market. The second bearish candlestick pattern is the evening star pattern. The evening star pattern is a 3 candlestick pattern. So there are 3 candlesticks. The first candlestick is a bullish candlestick. The second, a doji candlestick. And the third, a bearish candlestick. That's the first criteria in an evening star pattern, that the first candlestick is bullish, followed by a doji and then a bearish candlestick. The second criteria is that there must be a space between the bodies of the bullish and doji candlestick and a space between the bodies of the doji and bearish candlesticks. That's the 2 criteria. If the candlesticks meet those criteria, then we have an evening star pattern. So how do we use the evening star pattern as a bearish candlestick pattern? We don't want to use the evening star pattern in isolation. What do I mean by that? We want to see that prices have been rising for a while and that the doji candlestick formed near a resistance level. With these 2 things in place, in addition to the evening star pattern, prices are more likely to be bearish and go in the direction we want, which is downwards. This gives us a greater probability of being profitable in the stock market. Let's take a look now how we can use the evening star patterns on our charts and make money using this bearish candlestick pattern. So can you identify where the evening star pattern is formed on this price chart? Correct. So the evening star pattern is here. So it's the first candlestick is a bullish candlestick followed by a doji candlestick and by a bearish candlestick. That's the first criteria. The second criteria is that there must be a gap between the bullish candlestick and the doji candlestick and a gap between the doji candlestick and the bearish candlestick. So since this candlestick pattern fulfills the 2 criteria, it is the evening star pattern. So the evening star pattern is a bearish candlestick pattern. So as you can see, after the pattern is formed, prices tend to decline. So how do we want to trade this stock and be profitable using this candlestick pattern? So let's say if we saw that the evening star pattern has formed and we shorted the stock at around this price, so at around $29, and we bought the stock back at around $26 or $26.5, we would have made around 10% on our stock, trading this stock in just about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In about 7 days worth of trading, we would have made 10% on our stock. So that is how we use the evening star pattern to be profitable in the stock market. Alright, the third bearish candlestick pattern we are going to take a look at is the 3 black crows pattern. The 3 black crows pattern involves 3 consecutive bearish candlesticks. There are 2 things to look out for in a 3 black crows pattern. The first is that the candlestick must close at a lower price than the previous day's closing price and open lower than the previous day's opening price. That's the first thing to take note. The second thing to take note for the 3 black crows pattern is that the candlestick should open within the body of the previous day's candlestick. If the candlesticks fulfill the 2 criteria, then we have a 3 black crows pattern. The 3 black crows pattern, like the bearish engulfing and the evening star pattern, is a bearish candlestick pattern. Let's see how we can use the 3 black crows pattern profitably on our charts. Alright, so on this price chart, can you identify where the 3 black crows pattern is? Yeah, so the 3 black crows pattern is here. So we can see that there's a 3 consecutive bearish candlestick forming. So the first one, the second one, and the third one, and all open within the previous day's candlestick body. So how do we use the 3 black crows pattern? So the 3 black crows pattern is a bearish candlestick pattern. So when a bearish candlestick pattern appears, prices are likely to decline from then on. So can you see that after the 3 black crow patterns appear, prices have declined and have been declining for a while. So how do we want to use this 3 black crow pattern to be profitable in the stock market? Let's take a look. So let's say once the 3 black crow pattern appeared and we shorted the stock at the next candlestick, so we would have shorted the stock at around $36. So let's say we shorted the stock at around $36 and we held it on and we bought it back at around this price. So at around $27. So we would have made around 30% on the stock. So that is how we want to use the 3 black crow pattern to be profitable and make money in the stock market. Alright, so on this price chart, can you identify where the 3 black crow pattern is? Yep, so the 3 black crow pattern is here. So remember, the first criteria is that there must be 3 consecutive bearish candlestick and that the bearish candlestick must open within the body of the previous day candlestick. So that's the 2 criteria. So if the candlestick meet those 2 criteria, it becomes the 3 black crow pattern. So the 3 black crow pattern is a bearish candlestick pattern. So a bearish candlestick pattern indicate that prices are likely to fall after the pattern is formed. So can you see that after the pattern is formed, prices have been declining. So how do we want to trade the stock as a trader in the stock market? So let's say if we traded the stock the day after the 3 black crow pattern appeared. So if we have shorted the stock at around this candlestick, which is at around $29, and we held the stock at until around this price and bought it back at around this price, which is around $25, we would have made around 13%. So 13% is quite a great return on our investment or trade. So that is how we want to use the 3 black crow pattern when we are trading. So that's the 3 profitable bearish candlestick patterns that I use in my trading. Comment below which bearish candlestick pattern you are going to use to trade, because I'm curious what your biggest takeaway was from this video. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer your questions in the comment section below. If you have learned something in this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell button to be notified every single time I release a new video. I'll see you in the next video. To your financial success.